I think it's the hottest day of the year. We're at the Quaker Steak Lube here in Austintown. It's a Sunday evening cruise in.
And you know who picked the day?
Oh my God.
That was him, because I was like, I don't know if we should do this.
What is it today, 92 degrees?
Yeah, 92, but you know what? It could be snowing and we could have the cars stuck in the garage, so well, happy to be here.
And the blacktop's 120 degrees.
Yeah, that's why we're
I didn't see any dogs here today.
Good.
No
do not bring your dogs out and walk them on this blacktop. If you want to feel what it feels like, take your feet off, take your socks off, and walk barefoot on that, and that's what the dogs feel.
Shoes off.
Yeah, we would yell at you. Me and Rick will yell at you for that.
Yeah, we're dog owners.
We're dog lovers.
So
we're at the Quaker Steak and Lube in Austintown for the Sunday show. We've been here quite a few times.
This is going to be our last one.
This is the last one. So we got the turnout too. So you know what, Rick? Since you're not talking too much because you're hot.
Oh God, I'm like melting here. I think we should go in and check out some of these nice cars.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Okay, let's go. You go that way, I'll go this way. I have Bill Kurtz from Germany. No, Portland. Yeah. He's German background. How's it going?
Good. Nice hot day today.
Oh my God, it's so hot. My feet are burning. I've been out here about half an hour now. My feet are just burning up, and I can't complain. You know, all the rain we've had lately and all that. This is the best. This is the best.
Yeah.
53 Dodge truck.
Dodge pickup, yeah.
Big Dodge pickup. This is not yours.
It's yeah, my boss he lets me drive it around and you know, work on it. So yeah, he doesn't have too much time to do this stuff. He's got another one too, a C10 that's on airbags, and it never hardly gets out either. But
did you shine it up for him too?
Oh no. No.
This is a rat rod to the max, huh?
No, my other cars I used to shine up like, you know, just like John's over here.
Yeah.
We put the motor in that one, but yeah.
Some of these rat rods, people don't appreciate what's really into these things.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work and a lot of money. If you at a show, if you would flip them over and look at the undercarriage and all that, that's what it's all at. Huh?
Yeah, all the tinkering and you know, you just do what you want with them. That's what's nice, you know.
So what are we sporting under? Not under the hood. You don't have a hood.
Yeah, it's usually on there, but I take it off when it's really hot out because it gets so hot. But it's a 383 Mopar engine, big block. It's got a 750 double pumper carburetor on it, and the distributor was reworked. We put a GM module on it, converted over so you don't have that box on the, you know, on the firewall. So it works real well. But yeah,
she moved pretty good for you?
Oh yeah, she runs down the road nice.
What's cruising speed?
Oh, probably about 70.
And it's
smooth? Yeah, but the rear end's so low. I need it's 411 rear end, so I need to change it.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna go with like 323s or something like that.
This is on an S10.
On S10 chassis, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it works real well with it.
For some people who don't know, I really didn't know how these work. I'm not really into, you know, doing all that mechanical work and all that. When you got this truck, it's a 53 Dodge truck pickup. Does it fit right onto the chassis or what? It just drops right on?
Yeah, you didn't have to move the frame rails, nothing. I mean, it sets right on there nice. Even the front tires are in far enough so, you know, when you turn, it doesn't hit anything.
But there's a ton of work in one of these things, more than you would imagine.
Yeah, just to get everything to fit right, especially when you're, you know, have an S10 chassis with a Dodge, you know, with the motor and everything. You had to build the, you know, make the motor mounts for it.
This thing probably come with what, 6-cylinder, straight 6 or something?
Yeah, straight 6. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you cut out anything to make it fit, or?
Yeah, I cut out the firewall so they can set the cab up far enough to get everything to fit right. The bigger fenders, the wheel openings, so they all fit right. But yeah, they only had to put there's a oil cooler. They had to relocate the oil filter because there's no room. It hit the steering gearbox. Mm-hmm. So I had to relocate that, put the oil filter up here. But yeah, it's a neat little ride. Get a lot of looks.
Yeah,
Go put gas in and everybody's around it.
Was it chopped when you got it?
Yeah.
How much of a chop?
I think it's 3 inches, 4 inches.
It's a little bit chop on it, yeah. And you got air conditioning, I see?
Oh yeah. 440 air conditioning,
Yeah,
40 down the road. Yeah.
That's the old air conditioner.
Yeah. Yeah, rides on the road nice.
It's a beauty. It's a beauty. People don't appreciate what goes into rat rods, and they see these things and they go,
a lot of thinking goes on.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot that goes on with these things, more than you could imagine.
It's like the radiator. They had to find the right radiator to set in there, to make it fit and cut it all, cut this all out.
Any suggestions for someone just starting a rat rod?
Oh, just do what you like on it, Everybody does everything different. I've seen a couple of them where they made fenders out of chains and everything else. It's crazy what you do. Yeah, really unique, yeah. A lot of thinking.
Whatever goes, huh? Whatever goes. All right,
Yeah.
bud, this is really good. I like it. Thanks for bringing it tonight.
Oh yeah, no problem.
We're in Austin town at the car cruise at the Quaker Steak and Lube, and every Sunday. With me, I have Ashton Allen. Where are you from, Ashton?
Mineral Ridge.
Mineral Ridge,
Yep.
okay. And you got a 58 Plymouth Belvedere?
Correct.
Ouch! This thing's biting me, man. What the heck's going on?
You gotta watch out. Christine will get you.
Oh my God! This is what Christina of Stephen King's movies.
This is actually the book version. The book version came out before the movie.
Yeah.
And in the book, it was a 4-door in the book.
Oh, okay.
And when they did production of the movie, they made it a 2-door.
Oh, okay. And they used a lot of them, didn't they?
They did, yes.
They destroyed a lot of them.
Correct, yeah. But I have the vintage California plate, same as the movie on the front. I did the Hot Rod Power Tour with it.
Yeah, how was that? Tell us about the Hot Rod Power Tour.
The Hot Rod Power Tour was amazing. We had beautiful weather. We started out in Indianapolis, Indiana. Then we went to Illinois, back to Indiana, then up to Michigan, and then we finished up at Norwalk, Ohio.
How many cars were in that?
They had around 6,700 cars.
6,700?
100, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of cars. A lot of driving. Each day was around 4 or 5 hours worth of driving.
So tell me about, I'm not too familiar with that at all. So what do you guys do? Just everybody's in a row?
Yeah, a lot of people go in a row. They have a route that's already routed out to take. That way you go through towns, you get to see the kids, the families. A lot of things that guys do are they hand out Hot Wheels to the kids.
Okay.
So that's what we did. We bought a box of Hot Wheels, and every town we came to, we gave out Hot Wheels.
That's cool. Get them involved in everything. Yeah.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, you can get those pretty cheap. Some of them.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep.
So a buddy of mine gives them out the bigger ones, and he gives out the mini ones too.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. Tell me about the car though. What was it like when you bought it, and when did you buy it?
I bought it 2 years ago, just the way you see it. The only thing I've really done is just a little bit of maintenance on it, normal tune-up stuff, new tires for the Power Tour. I had a sign made just like the movie had when they first found the car.
What, the for sale sign?
The for sale sign, yep. Yep, 300 or best offer. Make it 250 for you.
This thing had a heck of a history, starting right off in the factory.
It did, yes. The only red one in the factory.
Yeah. Fighting everybody, boy.
Yep.
It was like that was a good movie.
It was. It's got a mind of its own.
You get a lot of looks with this?
I do. I really. Every time I pulled in the venues there, you'd hear Christine, Christine.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a lot of fun to drive. Gets a lot of attention. Really surprising me how many people know the car. Mothers, grandmothers, kids that come up.
I know it was a popular movie. Yeah,
It was,
Stephen
yeah.
King. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Especially if you're a car guy, that was a real popular movie.
Yes. And it was kind of an oddball car they used. It wasn't a common car, and they tried to promote the 58 Plymouth to, be a better car like the 57 Chevy.
This This is the 58 then, huh?
Yes.
So the tour was great then, huh?
It was. It was a great time, beautiful weather, met a lot of great people.
How do you get involved in that?
They have every year, usually around January, they announce where the tour is, the dates, where they're going, and then by February they start selling tickets. You buy your tickets, they have different passes you can get, gold pass, long haul pass.
How much are those?
They range between $200 to $500, depends on what pass you
Nothing
get.
big then,
Nothing
yeah,
big.
okay.
Unless you get the platinum, and then there's more involved with that. You get like dinners and stuff with that.
Okay. Hotel rooms or anything like that? No?
That's all separate. We did Airbnbs, which were nicer than the hotels, a little more private and enjoyable.
Who'd you go with?
We had about 4 of us from our car club, the Hollywood Knights Youngstown chapter.
Okay.
But yeah, we did good. Everybody did good. We had one other breakdown, which was a buddy with a GTO. He broke a lower ball joint. Same day I broke mine, but we got him fixed and back on the road.
No problem getting parts for it?
No. Nope.
Good.
Everything was good.
Good. Did they have anybody following you guys just in case something broke down or anything like that?
Anybody that went usually went in groups of friends and stuff. So you'd have people with tools and people to run you places.
6,700 cars.
Yes.
Wow, I knew it was big, but I didn't think it was that big.
Yes.
Wow.
Definitely worth checking out.
Doing much better. The first 6 months was a pretty good struggle.
He was undercover in his garage, and I lifted the cover and said, I think I'm in love.
Damn, is that nice?
You know?
I actually bought it from a gentleman in McDonald, Ohio, and both of his knees were going bad, so he could no longer drive a stick. And I actually took my wife to look at it at the time.
You got her approval.
I got her.
That's a biggie. That's a biggie.
It's original paint still. I just buffed it and polished it, and it had a start in there, like some of that framework for the bed was in there, and I finished it all off with as much 70s stuff that I could find.
Ready?
PC magazine is here.
Not again.
Why does he do that every time?
Wipe it off.
He just doesn't get it.
Tom gets from Salem, Ohio, in his '55 Chevy Bel Air 4-door.
Yep.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
How long have you had her?
I've had it for 3 years.
Where'd you find her?
It was my wife's uncle's car, and it was undercover in his garage, and I lifted the cover and said, I think I'm in love.
Damn, is that nice?
You know? And I told him, I say, you know, hey, someday I'm probably going to own this car, I think, you know, and lo and behold.
I was checking it out. He did a really good job on it. You know, everything on it's really nice. The chrome, the paint, everything. It's, the body works really nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any of the paper. I'm sure he has paperwork, but his daughter can't seem to locate the paperwork.
Hopefully
which
one.
is
Usually
who I bought the car from his daughter.
Usually somebody that does something this nice has all the paperwork. They're real particular.
It's got to be somewhere.
Sure.
Yeah, and she'll stumble across it someday.
Then you can tell everything about it then.
Right,
yeah.
right. So I don't.
55. What size engine you got in this?
350.
It's a nice, comfortable cruising engine.
Yes, it is.
Built up at all or anything?
It's just got a little cam in it. That's it. I run her about 75, and
It's comfortable.
yeah,
Good.
it's good enough for me. I'm thinking, you know, because I don't know anything about the motor, it's starting to use little oil, smoking every now and again. So,
Rings maybe, something like that.
well, yeah, it could be valve seals, could be, but
yeah.
but I think I'm going to go with I'm going to buy a crate 350 and put in, and maybe the Holley Sniper fuel injection. And just kind of keep the look, but have the more reliability, I guess you want to say.
How about the interior? He redo the whole interior?
Yep.
That's really nice.
Yep.
Really nice. Everything's beautiful on it. Was this the original color?
It's factory color,
Okay.
from what I've been able to find out anyhow. And it's just, it wouldn't have been my first choice,
Right.
you know, if I was redoing it. But I'll tell you, right now I wouldn't have any other color, because I think it's just.
Fall in love with them after a while, yeah.
Yeah,
it's such a nice paint job. I'm looking at it and go, wow. They must have taken everything off this thing and redid it, you know. Look at it, even around the doors and everything.
Yeah, they did.
Got a couple bucks into it.
Yeah, they did all right. They did a heck of a job on it. They were, like I said, I've spoke with one guy that did a little bit of help with him, but you know, he's in his 80s now, so he's not remembering everything that he did to it.
Hey,
so,
I'm not remembering things in my 70s.
I hear you there. You
What
know,
we had today here?
yeah. But I've fallen in love with this car, and I just like people to look at it. I like to drive down the road. I like to watch their heads snap a little bit, you know, and that makes me feel good.
You get some old timers looking at this, go, whoa, I remember those cars. You know?
Yeah.
Not too much young kids.
My grandpa had one of those, you know.
Sure. We used to ride in the back of it.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about old cars, you know. You got all the memories. It's fused up with amongst people, you know.
Yeah, but it's a nice ride. Like I said, I just love it.
Sure.
It just.
It's a beauty. How's the undercarriage and all that? Pretty good?
Oh yeah, it's underneath painted to match, and frame solid as a rock. It's just I'm actually, I think next week, it's a guy in Salem. I can't think of his name right now, but he's going to put some lap belts in for me.
Oh, you don't have seat belts.
No, my wife.
Yeah.
My wife says, yeah, until you get some belts in there, there's no long trips for me.
That's a good idea. I think it's a good idea for safety purposes, you know.
I get what she's saying, you know.
Yeah, we're strapped in pretty good now with our newer cars with airbags and all that. And
right.
You know, but
I told her, the worst thing you got to worry about is if we get in something. I said, you're going to bust your face up on that metal dash.
Yeah.
You know, there's no padding at all for you there, kid.
They weren't too much into safety back then.
No.
But they're solid though. They're heavy-duty cars.
Oh, absolutely. I think I get like, I don't know, 12 miles a gallon in this or something.
That's
like
it?
That. Yeah.
In a 350?
Yeah.
Wow. Heavy.
Yeah, it don't. Yeah, this is not a fuel mileage vehicle. I get better mileage in my truck that I have.
That's good. They didn't, you know, back then they didn't have to worry about gas. It was probably about 56, 55, probably about 23 cents a gallon.
25 cents a gallon, something like that. Yeah, who knows?
Hey, Tom, thanks for...
I wasn't around back then.
Yeah, I was.
I had a couple more years to go before I got back.
I was a little toddler back then, yeah. Hey, Tom, thanks for showing us your car. What a beauty. Jesus.
Thank you
I
very
wish
much.
people could see how nice this is. It's
go
just,
ahead.
the doors shut real nice and just, they're quiet, and whoever did it did a really good job on it.
They took their time. Like I said, I mean, look how solid that sounds.
Sure,
It's
that's,
just-
when I close this one, I go, oh my God, listen to this thing. Listen to this. It's just, and it shuts.
Yeah.
A lot of these old doors, you gotta wham them and slam them, and
Yeah,
very nice, Tom.
Yeah, I wish,
nice.
like I said, I wish I had more information on it, but you know, someday she'll find it, and then I'll have it, and then I'll have hopefully a better story to tell because I'll have more detail.
You have a really good story to tell.
Yeah, you know.
We got someone here, you should remember this mug, huh? Joe Secca. Joe is the what, Cruising Times photographer. Used to be.
Used to be, yeah. I haven't done any of that since March, whenever I got laid up in a hospital, so.
So people want to know how you're doing and what's going on.
Doing much better. The first 6 months was a pretty good struggle. They opened me up, did some work on the heart, replaced the valve, but the valve failed, so I'm on a slow gaining process.
Did you say they gave you a heart?
No, just a valve.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but yeah, it's my daughter and her boyfriend were up this past weekend, and he brought some pictures he had taken of me at Christmas. And I couldn't believe that I looked that bad at Christmas, but
Well, we did that cruise for you before you were.
I'm feeling a lot better now.
You're gonna be around for a little bit longer, huh?
Well, I hope so. They've passed me on every level of rehab, except for getting up and walking on my own.
Are you chasing the women yet in the home? Not yet?
I don't know. No, I'm worried about this person right here. But I'm moving up to assisted living in about a week or so. So the therapy will be a little bit different. The rooms are a little different, so I'm looking forward to that.
If someone wanted to drop you a card, or what can we do?
Oh yeah, you can do that.
You got an address? Okay, Hampton Place in
Western Reserve Road in Poland.
Okay, just put Joe Secca on there.
Room
1301.
1301.
Okay, sounds good. Just drop Joe a line. He'd be really appreciative.
I have had quite a few cards. It's kind of been amazing.
Good,
so
good. How about what's going on with Cruising Times right now? You know?
I haven't got a
I
clue.
heard they sold.
Yeah, well, from what I have
Not up to it on
investigated,
that? Okay.
yeah, it's sold to another guy that. Now the work that he's done so far, it's okay. You know, they cut back the quality of the print because it was a glossy magazine, and then now it's back to.
They're definitely not going to get pictures like you took.
Well, I don't know. I'm not taking them, so I know that.
Joe was everywhere. Everywhere you go where there's a car show, we run into Joe. And
The last, I did the show at Kufleitner's that was part of the the Salem deal. Shelley had picked me up and took me down there, so I was
really nice to see. You got the smile back on his face and everything. It's wonderful.
It's amazing how much better I feel than I did even 3 or 4 months ago.
From Mineral Ridge, we got Bip Davis. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. You know, we were interviewing this other guy in a 65 Chevy over there, and all of a sudden, my producer Greg goes, "That's our next car right there, that van that come in here." Bip's got a '79
Chevy van.
10.
G10. Yep.
What's the G10 mean?
G10's a half ton.
Half ton. How long have you had her?
I've had it about 5 years.
Okay. Did you fix it all up and everything?
It's original paint still. I just buffed it and polished it, and it had a start in there, like some of that framework for the bed was in there, and I finished it all off with as much 70s stuff that I could find. The shag, some original paneling, the brick wall, you know.
If you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm 30. 56.
56. I grew up with these things. Okay,
Yep.
I'm 72. Turned 72 the other day. I grew up with these things, and they were all over. And my brother Ronnie, who's no longer with us, had one. I think his might have been a year or two younger than that, and he had everything on it. He had it all painted up, and we used to go to the concerts in it and the car shows in it, and it was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reminds me a lot of him now. You got bringing back a lot of memories.
That's good. Sorry to hear about your brother. Yeah.
Now, what'd you do to it?
I just basically when I got it, it was just the paint was all faded really bad. I sanded it and buffed it and polished it the best I could. Of course, I put Craggers on it and the tires. The first thing I did. Then I put the side pipes on it, the old thrush from the.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah. What kind of wheels and tires you have on before?
It had the factory stock van rally wheels, the ones that they came with.
Keep them?
No, I sold them. Yeah, I sold them. I have some other ones, so it was just somebody wanted them. I sold them. They almost paid for these, so.
Oh, okay. That works out then. And how about the interior?
Interior, I went to a couple different old vintage stores. I found a couple rolls of shag, and then the crushed velvet and that.
They still sell that, huh?
Well, these were some old places. The two rolls I bought in Indiana, and in this old closeout store, the red, and the velour and stuff back there. I went to a bunch of different fabric stores and then asked them if there was anything that people had ordered and never picked up, and that's how I got the white fur. That's how I got the velvet.
Velour used to be the big thing back with the big fancy cars. The seats were all velour. I never liked it, but they sold a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
This is sweet. So it's a 79. It's black.
Black.
I got my Ray-Ban glasses on, and it looks brown. So now I take them off, and it's black. It's black. Nothing else.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Still got the original. They had like acrylic enamel on these. This was built at Lordstown. This van.
Okay. Great. And you got what? 396 in it?
Yeah. 250. Straight 6-cylinder.
Straight 6. How's it run for you?
Runs good. It's not fast, but it's good on gas and it's dependable.
It looks sweet, huh?
Yeah.
You get a lot of compliments on it?
All the time.
You know what? These used to be big back in the 70s and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, they just faded out. And now, you see one nowadays, you go, look at that. That is so cool, you know?
They're making a comeback. I went to a couple of the van-in things over the last couple of years, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was.
Sure. Where are those at?
There was one in Southern Ohio I went to, but there's actually one in Cortland.
Oh yeah?
Later on in the year at Trumbull County Fairgrounds, and if somebody wants to go to one, that's a nice one to check out.
Is there that many of them around here?
There was a lot. There was a lot. Yeah, people from out of state show up at those. I mean, there was a lot of people. I can't remember exactly. There's a dash plaque or something up on the dash from there. But it was very crowded.
Very cool. I did a lot of partying in the back of that van. Back of those vans. That's what they were built for, parties. You know?
Everybody did back then. Yeah.
Parties and other things.
Right.
Thanks for showing us your 79
Thank you so
Chevy
much.
van G10.
I brought this hoping that you guys would see it, and I really appreciate it.
Hey, we got Ray Victor here with his 1965 Chevy Impala SS 396 turbojet, 325 horsepower, numbers matching.
Numbers matching, 4-speed, had the transmission rebuilt, and when he took the transmission out, we checked the casing. The casing's a 1965, and the block is definitely a 1965. So it's kind of rare because it's a 4-speed and SS. So, and although it is red, it is not the Rosedale red or the original red. It's a Camaro red, a little bit off. So it kind of brings out the,
red's a good color. Resell red. People love red.
Yeah, it's flashy, and we love it. Other than that, I've had it for about 8 years. And
where'd you get it at?
I actually bought it from a gentleman in McDonald, Ohio, and both of his knees were going bad, so he could no longer drive a stick. And I actually took my wife to look at it at the time.
You got her approval.
I got her.
That's a biggie. That's a biggie.
And she says, "Ray, that's really pretty nice." I said, "Yeah." She says, it's got a back seat. I had an AC Cobra.
No back seat.
No back seat, but then again, it was a little too fast. She was kind of nervous to ride in it. This is perfect. It's got add-on air, and
makes a big difference.
Which is especially on a day like today. Although I have the windows down today.
Did that come with the add-on air?
It did.
Okay.
It did. Basically, what I did is I put all new wiring in it, all new suspension on it, a few new parts here and there, but henceforth, $10,000 doesn't go far when you're working on one of these.
Not at all, believe me. I tell people, if you're going to get a car, get one that somebody already fixed up.
Well, that's kind of what happened here. The body was done, and it needed work on it. I said, well, I can do that. So we did it, and it worked out really well.
How about the interior, original interior?
Actually, that's the interior that came with it. I believe those are covers.
Okay.
I think you buy aftermarket covers.
Sure, they look just like the originals.
They do. They are.
Sure.
A lot of stuff is aftermarket, but it is the original for that year.
She runs good for you?
Oh, it's great.
What's cruising speed?
Well, it's about 70.
70 is she's smooth. That's good.
Because there's 17-inch wheels on it, I match the speedometer pin with the speedometer.
Yeah, that's a problem with my Firebird.
Exactly.
My speedometer says I'm doing 80, but I'm really doing like 72 or something.
What I did, it's actually a white one. You had white, blue, and green.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So, and they were different teeth. So if you match the teeth up, and basically I did it by satellite. I put it on the Wave Pathfinder, and it tells you the speed of the car.
Right.
I matched it to the speedometer. It's pretty easy to do.
Okay. Yeah, it hangs right down from the transmission there,
That
right?
is correct.
Right. I got to get mine fixed.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do, Rick.
Yeah. Because one day I'm going, boy, I got this up to 80. It doesn't feel like I'm doing 80.
It doesn't, yeah.
Then I put my GPS in there, and it says I'm doing like 72.
Well, you got to remember, it's a 1965. It'll ride like a 65. It's a boat.
Sure. It's a beauty.
Thank you very much.
It's a beauty.
Really
we love it. We love it.
Yeah. Well, that's about it, Rick.
About it?
I love the car. Like I said, I had it about 8 years, and it's been a real gem. I know we took it up to Summit when they had the big Chevy show, and it won a top 10 up there.
Oh, great.
So I thought it was pretty good then.
It's really good.
But
it's nice and clean under the hood.
Yeah,
a lot of times we open up hoods. The cars are beautiful.
I figure if you're going to show a car, you should clean it up pretty well.
Yes. It doesn't take much sometimes to clean
It
the
doesn't.
engine.
No. A real car guy knows that.
Yeah. Oh my God, Greg, after walking around here for 2 hours, I'm starting to melt.
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, we are melting. It's hot, but we thank you. That's what we're going to say at the end of this show, which is pretty much right now. But
we're doing some interviews, and the sweat's getting in my eyes, and the pavement's so hot, and oh my God.
But
we're not complaining.
No,
we're not complaining.
It could be
at all.
snowing. No.
Yes, or raining like it's been the past month.
Well, we want to thank everybody for showing up at the show for Street Scene. If you haven't known, we've done a lot of interviews with Doc Snyder from Snyder Specialty Cars. As of this taping of the show, he passed away 2 weeks ago, and we want to dedicate this show to our friend Doc Snyder and his family. So, to his family, our condolences. We loved Doc.
He had a car collection like beyond, you know.
And the point is, some of the people that have a car collection like that are just, you know, too good for people.
Yeah.
Doc was a down-to-earth guy. He welcomed us anytime we came out.
If you want to see the shows that we've done with the Doc, it's on YouTube under Armstrong Street Scene. What was it? Snyder Specialties.
Don Snyder.
Don Snyder Specialties.
Check those out. Again, check any of our old shows out.
He has some beautiful cars.
Yeah.
I think Don Jr. is going to get them
Don
now.
Jr. is going to probably take over his collection and take care of it. So for Street Scene, this is Rick Guerrera. My name is Greg Roden, and we will see you down the road.